Hey everyone. So today I decided that I'm going to be showing you guys how to play a song on the piano since I have been playing a lot, but I haven't really shown you how to play a lot. So I think that the first one that I'm going to teach you guys, or at least going to try to, is Amazing Grace by it's a traditional hymn in Christianity. And for anyone who has to worship or something at their church or whatever, this is a great hymn to start with. So first, I'm going to give you a preview of what it sounds like. Here we go. You just repeat that as many times as you need. And by the way, up here, this side is the high side of the piano, and this is the low side. Just to let you guys know. So we're gonna start out here with the right hand. This is my right hand. This is my left hand. So remember, left hand is over here, right hand's over here. So you're gonna start with the right hand. So middle C is right here. This is middle C. So you're gonna go one over, and you're going to press the D. You're gonna go up from D. You're gonna press the G. That's right above it. Then you're gonna go up to B, down to A, G, down to G, and then back up to B, back down to A, and then G again, and then down to E, and D. So once again, you have to go to D, then you go up to G, you go up, it's one more note to, or two more notes to D, I mean not D, B, and you go down to A, G, and then go back up to B, go back down to A, go back down to G, and then go back down to E and D. So practice that, make sure that you can do it like pretty smoothly like this. So for the left hand, we have, I believe, one chord. Let's test. So we have four chords in total for this first part. So we have G, it's G major. So we have two of those. So a major is where you start at a root note, which is one note. You go up 4 half steps, and you go up 3 half steps, which is just 3 keys on the piano. Not white keys or black keys, both of them. So you start at G, you go up 4, that leaves you at B. And then you go 3 more up, and that leaves you at D. So you play G, B, and D at the same time. So that you do 2 of those, then you go down, and this is C major. So you have a C bass root, and then you go up 4, you ended at E, and then you go up 3 more, and you end at a G. C, G, and C, E, and G. So you're gonna start with your right hand. You're gonna go D, and then on the G with the right hand, you're gonna do the G major chord with your left, like this. You're gonna do the first part, so you go D, A, G. Then when you go back up to G, you do G major, and then you go back down A, G, and then you press, and then whenever you press the G, whenever you're coming down, you press this C major key, and then press the E, and then you go back up to G major, and press it one last time on the D. So as I'm pressing it, you can press the D with your right hand, and the G and the B with your the left, so it goes like that. So that is the first part done, and so this is what it sounds like. Alright, and then the good news is that you just repeat that one more time. So you go. And then this is where it changes. So you start with the same G pattern. You go up, down, and then you press G with the D again. And then when you go to A, so I'm going to explain this in the right hand. So you go from the D over here, down to A, up to D, then you go back down to D, back up to D, the high D, then you go B, A, G, B, A, G, E. So let's do that again with the right hand. So the first part is similar. So you go D, G, B, A, G, B, A, D. That's the high D, it's not the low D. And then you go down to D, D, B, D, B, A, G, B, A, D. So on the first part, it's the exact same chord. It's the G major chord. So you go D, G, D, A, G, B. So you do one again on the B, and then you go to the A, and this is where it changes. So let's see here. This is a D, and it is a D major chord. So you press that with the high D. So practice that. And then you go down, and then to the D, the B. Sorry, I keep messing that up. And then you go up to the D again and press the G. Go down, B, D, or A, G, B, and you press it again on the B, the G chord this time. So just get that in your head. The G major chord is very important. And then A, and then the C again. That's real familiar. The C major chord with the G as you're coming down. C, D. So that's the second part. So back to back, the parts will be played like this. Yeah, so that's the little part of the third part, which is exactly the same as the first part, funnily enough. So you go. And then now the fourth part is the last and final part, and then I'll get into some stuff after we learn this. So you go D, G, B, A, G, and then instead of playing another G major chord, you play E minor chord, which E minor is where you take E, which is the bass root, and then you go 3 up instead of 4, and that leaves you at the lower G, and then you go 4 more up, and that leaves you at D. So it's E, G, B. So you play that with, you go back up to the B, and then as you're going down, you're going to play a note every single time. So you're going to play a chord with every single note. So it goes down A, G. But on the A, so you want to go, and then we're going to go back down to this D major chord with the A, and then our familiar G major, like that, with the G. So let's go and play all 4 parts back to back so you can get a better understanding of what I'm talking about. and then D major with the A, and then G major with the G. And then, so that's the song. So you guys can practice that. I'm sorry if it was not the best tutorial. This is the equipment that I'm working with, my laptop, and this piano. That's about all I got, and a desk. So a little side note. So on 2 of those chords, there's a little bit of a fun thing that you can do. I'll explain to you how I usually play it. So a lot of times I'll play it like this. This is what I usually play it like. So you guys can get the point. So what I do there is that whenever you become advanced enough to not play block chords like that, you can actually do a trick. It's a classical music term, but I have no clue what it's called. It's where you go lowest note of the chord. So in this case, in G major, which is G, B, D, you do the G, then you go up to the highest note, which is D. You go back down to the second one, which is B, and then you go back up to D. So it goes like this. So you go G, D, B, D, like that. So you go like this whenever you're trying to play it. So that's one trick that I do that makes it sound a lot better. And if you want me to play this song in the next tutorial, then please let me know. This was Spicy Rices, signing out right after this song. Enjoy for this, guys. Oh my gosh. So if you guys want to learn that song in the next video, give it a thumbs up or something, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching it, and I hope that you are able to play Amazing Grace after this, because it is a beautiful song, and I think that everyone will enjoy to hear it in your household.